This is huge news coming out. Just heard about this. I want to say 2 days ago. With Moses Itauma versus David Adeleye. I think it's gonna be a very good fight. I think David has a good chance to go in here and figure out what kind of level Moses is on right now. Moses is a very highly touted prospect, 19 years old. Um, Dude is a monster. He's one of the next guys up. A lot of people feel like he's at a position right now in his career. Well, he's early, but has a lot of talent. He's a heavyweight who's not really waiting around. Has a good size, especially at that age, man. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If he's the person that can actually go into this heavyweight division and fight at an early age right now, he'll change the game. Because the closest person that actually came to the position of fighting at a young, very, very young age like this is probably Daniel Dubois recently. Even though over history, a lot of heavyweights have fought at a very early age. But if this guy could turn the corner at 19 and get in the ring with David Adeleye, he's not an easy fight, man. David is a very tough fighter. We just seen recently on the Magnificent Seven. This guy's an animal, and he's a person that's trying to test himself as well. He's not trying to sit around and be second fiddle to anybody. He feels like he's on the course to be one of the best right now as well. He's been stopped before by Fabio Wardley. But at the same time, styles make fights. I think against Solomon, man, the first round knockout he had was very serious. And maybe he's at a position right now in his career where he feels like, all right, I had a year off since I got knocked out. I've adjusted. I've looked at a couple of things, the mistakes I've made, and maybe I can do better in this situation than I did in the last situation. But he's in a tough spot right now because if he doesn't perform, they're gonna try to make him a stepping stone. And if I was David, hey, I'm trying to go into this fight, make it happen, and make a statement. If not, they're gonna be looking at me like a journeyman, and Moses is the next one up. So what position does he want to be in? And Moses is a very talented guy. One of the most hype prospects in the UK right now. Has a lot of faith and energy behind him that he can get a lot of things done in the ring. People are definitely banking on him to be the next great heavyweight coming out of the United Kingdom. Now, if he can't make that happen, that'll be good for the heavyweight division across the world because we need more talent. He's a southpaw, only has 10 fights, but the size of 6'3" is a very good size. It's a lot of size. There's a lot of guys at that size in that weight class that's not really getting it done like that. They're not. And that's a good size for a young guy. He's around 230, 240, floats around the 240, 250 area. Mostly fights at 240, but he can get up to 250 right now. Has a good range he can get to. He can get to the 275, 285 range in probably 5 or 6 years and be a monster. He can probably be the same size as like a Dubois right now. Or even now if he can get to the size that Joshua is, that'll be pretty amazing as well. But I like the size he's at. I like the way these guys are moving up in this heavyweight division. I think these young guys are gonna make a name for themselves. A couple of guys will lose. You will have some situations like Daniel Dubois where people will overreact um, over a loss to guys who's veterans in the game. But I think this will be a good test for him. This is gonna be a good test, win or lose. He needs something like this because he's not trying to hang around and wait until he's 30 years old to have a tough competitive fight against a contender. He's trying to make things happen now. And this fight with David's pretty good, man. David's not an easy fight. He's not an easy guy to deal with. Very talented heavyweights in the UK right now. And he's not easy to get in the ring with and just overpower. Now, if he can go in there and do something similar to what Fabio Wardley did, trust me, we got a huge talent on our hands in the heavyweight division. But that's all I got. And mind you, I'm saying this because this fight will be next. Sorry to skip ahead, but this fight will be next. A lot of news coming out right now. But this fight will be next if Moses is able to go out there and actually defeat McKean. Now, if he can go defeat McKean in this next fight he has that's set up, Dempsey McKean is a very, very tough fighter. So if he go out here and destroy him in a Riyadh season fight that happens next week, next Saturday on December 21st, if he's able to go out there and perform at a high level, this fight will be happening. And I like that they put this together already. I like what Queensberry and a lot of people like Matchroom and Boxer are doing when it comes to heavyweights and the prospects they're moving around. Doing a very good job putting these guys in competitive fights, fights that can be on main cards. Very impressed by that. I like when promotional companies will test these guys and put them on main cards with a lot of competitive fighters. Not gonna put them in there with somebody who's super dangerous. That wouldn't be a good way to build up any fighter. But this is a good position. This dude's only 19 years old, and they put him in there with somebody who's dangerous. That's all I got. Like and subscribe.